Hola, hola. Hi, 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 hi. I'm ready. It's so slow. All right. Hi, 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 hi. Okay. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Attorney Claudine Sana. So slow. Okay, yeah, okay. This is Attorney Claudine Gasana here in Houston, Texas. I'm here to. Okay. The volume here. Bear with me. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Attorney Claudine Sana. Okay. Okay. This is Attorney Claudine. Okay. Right. So this is Claudine Gasana here in Houston, Texas. Good afternoon. It's been a little while since I came on here. Today I'm coming here to talk to you about the increase of USCIS filing fees. USCIS in the US Citizenship and Immigration Services is about to increase most of the filing fees for most of the applications and petitions. Today, I want to talk to some more or most common cases and how the fees will be increased, okay? And as usual, I'm going to share my PowerPoint presentation, to kind of give you time to follow along with me. But before we get there, I wanted to give you a few updates, especially for those who live in Texas. I don't know if you follow the immigration law, news updates and all the legal battles and political, stuff going on. So the state of Texas had introduced a bill that became law. It's called SB 4 was signed in law by the Texas governor. The law basically allowed the Texas law enforcement to enforce immigration law, which is not by the Constitution of the United States among the duties or in the scope of the Texas police or the state police is rather immigration law enforcement is a federal matter. So the law went into place. The Department of State or the Justice or the Biden administration filed a lawsuit in the federal district court to stop it. It went or to put an injunction on it, and it went ahead all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, and the U.S. Supreme Court allowed the law to go on while the merits of the case is being uh, litigated by the lower courts. In the meantime, though, the Fifth Circuit, which is an appellate level uh, on the federal law, uh, actually stopped as before because obviously, like I said, it's the immigration law enforcement. It does not belong to a state, it belongs to the federal government. So that's, anyway, in short, SB4 is not enforceable. That means a Texas a police officer of either the city or the state cannot arrest a migrant for reason of breaking the law if they don't have a legal status. So far that's the news. Okay, so now I will go on and continue with sharing my screen for the fees. Which one is it? I think this is it. Okay, now And I'm gonna go here. USCIS, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services is increasing filing fees starting Monday, April 1st, 2024. As you are aware, this has been prevented since 2020. I think that's when they wanted to increase the filing fees, and there was you know, backlash or a pushback from so many stakeholders, including nonprofits and even private practice attorneys, because it was not fair to increase the filing fees in the middle of a pandemic. But we knew it was bound to happen because technically, every 10 years or so, USCIS does increase the filing fees. They claim it's because of inflation or something. Anyway, so that's gonna happen. And the major development we will discuss in this PowerPoint presentation, but I will also leave here links to go check which forms or which application fees will increase. A few will decrease, so we're not going to discuss about those fees that will decrease. We will rather discuss the increase because obviously that's more important because it's going to take away from your pockets. Also, with the increase of the filing fees, it means some forms also will be updated. So starting April 1st, 2024, before you file a case, check on the edition date to see if that's the last version or the latest version of that form. Because if you file a form that's outdated, it may be rejected. And if you file a form without checking to see if what's the filing fee, your case might be rejected, will be rejected. Actually, it's not might, it will be. Okay, so let's go. Now, so I'm gonna start with the non-immigrant visa, the I-129. So one interesting factor about these fees is that there's this new fee that's going to be taxed to the employers who are petitioning I-140 petitions, and it's called to support the asylum program. So that's very interesting. So uh, let's go to see. So the H1B, let me get my glasses. So the new fee, so the total fee is gonna be 1,380. So at H1B, the I-129 is supposed to be 780. So now there's gonna be a new program, sign-up program fee. And also one thing you need to know, if you file online, so USCIS is trying to incentivize people to use the online services, and some of the forms already are being filed online. I've been filing online for cases like standalone I-130 petitions, the N-400, the asylum cases, the work authorization applications, and it's quicker because you get your receipt notice instantly and you don't have to worry, especially for the asylum cases where if you do file paper, it takes you a while to receive the notice. So yeah, and they are incentivizing people to file online. As you see, if we take the example of the I-129 H-1B petition, the new fee is going to be 780, and this went from 460 to 780. That's a really, really almost, this double. It's almost double, really. But if you file online, it's going to be 730. And I think I did a video, and I would maybe attach to this one. I did it a while ago when I was explaining how the fees will go. But the good news is for H1B, if you're a small business, small employer or small business, like 50, I think it's 50 employees or less, the filing fee is going to stay at 460. And if you file online, it's going to actually to go down to 410, but you still have to pay this 300 asylum program fee, which is interesting. But for the nonprofit, the H1B is going to be 460 paper and online 410, but there won't be any asylum program fee. So in all these other cases, H1, H2B, H2, H2A, so I'm not gonna the most this one, the L1, I do have L1 clients. This is exorbitant fee, in my opinion. So that they are putting the L1 I-480, well, where did I go? To 1,385 from 460. This is a lot. And again, they will charge them this asylum program fee. Yeah, but small companies, small employers, and they will give them a discount. The O1 petition also is going to increase. But again, at least they are allowing nonprofit and small businesses to don't pay that much. And the asylum program fee is going to be TN. Also, I do a lot of TN cases and H2 RRP. So they're all going to increase, very by a lot. Okay, so the I-140 petition, this is very important. So immigrant visa petition for alien worker. So it's not gonna increase much, but it seems there's a 600. Now, I do work with self-petition, like people who petition for their national interest waiver. I have to check, but I believe these will not, they won't have to pay this 600. It says typically say employers. So, and if you are self-petitioning, you are not an employer. So actually, let me not mislead you. The small businesses is 25 employees or less, not 50. So this is very important. Ooh, that's a lot of money. So most employers will have to pay this high fee, but self-employed, they will have to pay 715. All right. So, and now another fee schedule that I wanted to focus on is, of course, the adjustment of status, because this is a major update. So, as you may be aware, the adjustment of status, which usually accompanies the I-140 or the I-130 petition. Basically, you are in the United States and you want to adjust status to that of a legal permanent resident. It was only one fee. You had only one fee covering the actual adjustment of status application, the employment authorization document application, and the advance parole. You had one fee and it was only 1,225. However, with this new fee structure, starting April 1st, the fee will be separate. So if you're filing I-485 with or without biometrics, which is good that they didn't really add an additional fee for the biometrics, it's going to be $1,440. However, if you need employment authorization application, which you usually do, right, is the I-485 state remains pending for a while, you will have to pay an additional $260 for employment authorization. So if it's filed with adjustment of status. However, if you file it later, you will have to do $520. So now the I-131, the I-131 is going to be about $630. That's a lot of money, really. So people will have to choose if they don't want to travel, they're not going to have to file the I-131. They're going to have to leave it alone. If they need to travel, then they have to pay an additional $630. So this means a lot. It's going to increase. So I wanted also to add the naturalization application, citizenship. Yeah, it has decreased, which is good, 710, but this for people who file online. So if you want to file paper, and right now, like I was saying, most of the N400 naturalization applications right now, we are filing online. everything's filed online and it's quicker. You get, we've been getting interviews within like 3 months. So there's no reason to not use the online service. It's been working perfectly. So the fee is gonna decrease, which is good. So let's talk about other fee, the fiancé visa. The fiancé visa is going to increase by 650, no, 675 from 535. Okay. The actual I-131 is going to increase from 535 to 625. And if you file online, yes, but if you don't file online, it's going to be 675. We already spoke about the I-131. So, and I put here the resources. Let me share, like, there's a link to go to check all the other forms. Obviously, there are so many forms. So let's see. Okay, I'm trying to put it up for you to see, but you can always go and check. USCIS frequently asked questions, the fee rule summary, the fee schedule, the new fee schedule table, and then you can click on it. Sometimes I guess I have so many windows open, so my connection is so slow. Okay. Right. So when you go to USCIS, I left the link on the PowerPoint. You can click on the link and I'll put in the comments and you will see this fee schedule. We're going to have to print this and put it on our, so we can double check. For example, the I-90 has decreased. The final fee is 14, which is good. I-90 is an application to replace your permanent resident card when it has expired. So there are so many fees, including the I-751, I-531, 39, another, I guess popular application. If you want to change status to another, like change from, say, a visitor's visa to an F1 student visa or F1 to an J1. Basically, if you want to change status or extend your status. So the I-539 was 370. Now it's going to increase to 420 if you do file online. And again, I always encourage to file online. I mean, it's quick. You get to upload the documents. Actually, to be honest, using USCIS, I rather file online. It's better than the court because even the immigration court, you can also file online. But I find the USCIS on online filing better. Their system is much easier to use. Okay. Yeah, so another fee that has increased that we use commonly, okay, the waiver, the 601 waiver is going to increase by a launch lot, well, not that much. The I-751, which is the application to remove conditions, is going to go from 595 to 750. But of course, you have to pay the biometrics. So that's going to go from 680 to 750. So that's a good, how much? $80 increase or $70 increase. Okay, so yeah, you can check here to see all the fees, that I haven't mentioned. It's the USCIS has put a Q&A on the USCIS fee rule in the new table. So yeah, we're gonna need to use this in the new, like at least a year, so we can get the new fees in our head, because we usually have the filing fees on our, memorized. Now we're gonna have to memorize new fees, and I advise you to also check the new filing fee. There's a tool on USCIS where you can check the fee. So that's gonna help as well. So all right, so that's what I wanted to discuss today. Basically, is April 1st, 2024, meaning next Monday, USCIS is going to increase the filing fees. Thank you for always checking our website, and please do not hesitate to contact us or to comment and share if you find this information useful. Yeah, so you have a happy Easter. and a happy weekend. This was Claudine Gasana, immigration attorney here in Houston, Texas. Bye.